you could say, oh, here we go. You could say, like, what would make it easier to get onto your heels if you took some of that bend out of your right knee. As you go back, you really keep that right knee bent, and then that's just going to favor that. It's going to restrict your turn for one. It keeps that hip kind of locked in, and then it's going to make it more likely that you're going to get on your toes.
So I should be more upright?
So you should, actually, the right leg should straighten as it goes back. So as you're hinging your, yeah, that right leg should straighten. And that will give you the room, because with the heel, the shank shots, and said that you've been hitting a few of those, like those are the two things that I would say. If you get that right leg straightening with that club hinging, then the rest will take care of itself. You're just trying to give yourself more room for the hands to actually deliver into the ball from the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And if you keep that right knee bent and get this way, then the hands get forced out, and then you line the heel up, and you can hit the shank shots.
How's the rockets?
So let's have a go. Yeah, straight. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the unmentionables. So let's go hinge and straighten right leg. Let's see a practice swing of that first. If you just take a rehearsal, just really try and straighten. Like you're going to feel like you're on. Yeah, just let it go. Let it straighten up. Yep. There we go. Now that was smacked. That is high and draw, which is even better. So there's that one. And that might feel like you're totally locking your leg out, but you're really not. Like that just looks more like how we want it to look.
Okay. And
it gets you more in your, should get you more in your heel, which we have to check every time, but we'll just have a quick look at that one. Yeah, there we go.
I need to get my hands out a little more, don't I?
On the
backswing?
Mm-hmm. You could do more hinge, although that is a lot better though. You're not rolling that nearly as much as you were the other day. I don't think you need to get them out so much more.
What's that?
I think you just exaggerate the hinge. If you can go hinge.
So to exaggerate it,
yeah.
I mean, is that it?
Yeah. That's it. And then your right leg has to straighten up. Feels like it straightens up.
Should I start with my leg straight?
No. That's the problem. Yeah.
Okay.
you can, yeah.
Yeah, the leg thing's gonna.
Let's take a second.
It's gonna take a little while. Yeah.
It's almost like you kind of start there as well, right? It's almost like you just lift that club up before you go.
That should be the kind of the mindset.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with that at all.
Just kind of.
Just preset it, yeah.
And then.
Yeah, because you watch that one. That one looks really pretty good. There's the. I mean, that's as on plane as it gets. Going back. And I know that might have got flat there on the backswing, but to improve that part, you've actually got to get that right leg doing more. Because if you really restrict that right leg, if you're in here, you get up to a nice start, but then you just restrict everything, that doesn't turn out the way, then something has to get the club behind you, and that you just rely on your hands too much. Whereas if you get up to a nice start, then you just went, okay, straighten the leg, then the arms and the hands are already moving. Right? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so
no, it does.
Your two things in the backswing are hinge, and then try and get that right hip, right leg backing up.
Yeah. I don't know why, but it doesn't. That does not feel natural to me.
Doesn't feel natural.
No.
No.
I feel like I'm supposed to stay in a.
I know, yeah. And to be honest with you, that's been taught a lot as well. Like I think to people's detriment there, really more than anything, because it puts so much strain on. Like a lot of the guys that do that have lower back issues.
Have lower back issues.
Like if you swing,
yeah, that's me.
Yeah, if you keep that whole side just locked in, I mean, you've really got to turn against a lot of restriction there, which doesn't help the body much. So, yeah. The image that I like of that, that helps because it feels like really you're getting taller as well, because it kind of fights against a couple of things that maybe you're taught. Like you're always taught to stay down, right? And then you're taught to maybe restrict the lower body. But actually, that backswing should act like it's almost like a spiral staircase. So as you're rotating, you should be getting stretched out and you're rotating upwards. So that kind of gives you the visual of how that works. You know, the knees change flex and the hips change angles. Then so you're rotating, but going up as you do it. Like that's the feel. Never want to think about keeping your head down. see if you can do that. Just, yeah, start it from there, right? Just hinge it up. And then start the swing from there with your right, think about your right leg. I think you can play that way. Yeah, look at that. That's just as clean as it gets there on the backswing.
I do set up a little bit for a slice stance, don't I? My right toes are in front of my left toes.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. But that's
we call it
honestly
slice, but whatever.
Yeah, but yeah, a little fade. But your path there is very manageable. Like 4 degrees outside in is really pretty good. And then you'd have to aim a little bit left to play that.
Yeah.
So I feel like your aim is just to help you out to make it functional. So I don't know if I'd change that much, because if you start aiming right, then you just hit like a push fade. Scoot that forward a little bit so you're on that. There you go.
Oh, this is what's picking up my weight and everything?
Yeah, that's the pressure plate, yes. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
I'm going to get you to hit one. That's great with the hands. I just think the hinge is looking really good. I really want to hit one with trying to get rid of this little drop down and forward move though, because that's what's causing the heavy shot and the heel shot, like your head going down that way.
Mm-hmm. And
the easiest way to fix that would be getting that right leg to straighten up. So, a little feel of that. If you take your setup again. Way. And always just do a practice swing to the top of the backswing, but I've got this noodle behind your right leg here, so try and find that noodle. It's about 2 inches behind your right leg, so there you go. You've got to rotate, do that right here, straighten the right leg as you go back. Try and find the noodle. Yes. Right, one more, practice. Good, and then you hit it. Try and find that noodle. That's not common, by the way. Not many people find the noodle first time.
What's that?
That was pretty good. That was really good.
So you're gonna follow me around and do that on the course, or how's this work?
So, what's going on here? But you see how that one was actually toe side. So that was perfect. I wanted to do that one because you exaggerated the right leg there, which I'd much rather you be there than where you were.
So is that exaggerated?
It was exaggerated, and then you hit the toe. So when you're practicing, that's probably the best thing you can do. You know, really exaggerate that. But you see, it didn't cost you any power. There's still plenty in that.
Yeah.
I know you might hit it a little bit further than that, but still,
yeah,
that works. Let's try that again without the noodle.
The motion, I'm not going to be able to pick that up, Graham, for this week.
No, that's not going to be a goer? Okay.
No.
That's all right. That's fine. That's fine.
Because it's right now in my mind, I'm doing this.
You did hinge, yeah.
I'm trying to get this and my hands up.
Okay, gotcha. That's probably more than
and to try to go in my mind up hinge. And then back.
Yeah, that's way too much. Yeah.
I just need to keep my head still.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
After tea part and I come back, we're getting this leg straight.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, we can fix that another time.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that one. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Let me see here.
All right, hinge and head still. We're still on the H's here. It's good. Like that's just a little heavy. Maybe stay tall. Is maybe. Can you feel that? Maybe a little
that's
better?
probably a better swing thought.
Something that isn't as. Yeah, I think if you just worry about the first couple of feet and just getting the hinge and getting the thing off to a good start, then you're doing the right. You're doing well on that. It's good. And that wasn't as dippy. Like you stayed taller there. That was better.
Better.
Yeah, that was better.
The big
yeah.
head's still moving though.
And chin up. All right, we'll try
All right.
another club.
Big stick.
Yeah.
Got a head driver in here?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.